Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sahanur Hanifah. My student ID number 1903211000046. HAB Class A Agribusiness Study Program, Faculty of Agriculture, Madura Trunojoyo University. In this video, I will discuss the law of the capital market to meet the final semester exam. In this discussion of capital market law, there are five topics, namely 1. Understanding the capital market, 2. The function of the capital market, 3. The purpose of capital market, 4. Regulation in the capital market, 5. Case study on the capital market. The first topic is definition. According to the Indonesian Dictionary, the capital market is all activities that bring together the supply and demand for long-term funds. In Indonesia, the definition of the capital market according to Article 1, number 13 of Law number 8 of 1995, the capital market is an activity concerned with public offering and securities trading. Public companies relate to issue securities, as well as institutions and professions relate to securities. Next, activities. There are four activities in the capital market, namely, number 1, activity of public offering. Public offering is an activity of selling securities which is carried out in the primary market. Number 2, securities trading activity. Securities trading is a security sale and purchase transaction carried out on a stock exchange, which is a transaction on the secondary market. Number 3, activities of a public company relate to securities issuance. A public company is a company that meets the criteria for the number of shareholders and paid up capital in accordance with the provision of law and regulations in the field of capital markets. Number 4, activities of institution and profession relate to securities. In the capital market, there are many institutions and profession relate to securities. Both institutions that provide assistance and important contribution to securities offering activities on the primary markets and in securities trading on the secondary market. The second topic is function. There are 9 functions in the capital market. Number 1, liquidity function. Number 2, financing function. Number 3, investment alternative function. Number 4, public saving function. Number 5, income distribution on equalization function. Number 6, welfare function. Number 7, economic indicator function. Number 8, social control function. Number 9, public participation or ownership function. The third topic is purpose. The purpose of the capital market are: number 1, gathering opportunities for the community to increase and economic growth. Number 2, to provide opportunities for the community to share in owning the company and enjoy the result. The fourth topic is regulation. Capital market regulation can be classified as follows: 1. Capital market laws. 2. Relate laws. 3. Government regulation. 4. Decree of the Minister of Finance. 5. Bapepan or OJK regulation. 6. Regulation of self-regulatory organization. SRO. The fifth topic is case studies. Profile of Bank Danamon Indonesia. PT Bank Danamon Indonesia Tbk was found in 1956. This bank was originally called Bank Kopra Indonesia, and in 1976 the company changed its name to PT Bank Danamon Indonesia. Bank Danamon has 42 main domestic branch, 1,180 domestic sub-branch and saving and loan funds, 13 main branch office and Sharia sub-branch office. In 1988, Bank Danamon became the first foreign exchange bank in Indonesia because it had launched a banking reform package. In 2000, this bank entered into a legal merger with 80 other banks, which were later taken over by the government. Subsequently, in 2003, the government's majority stake in Danamon was then acquired by Asia Financial or Indonesia (PTE) Ltd. In 2004, launched the Danamon Savings and Loans in line with the process with Adira Finance. The business segments run by Danamon itself have grown and includes mass market, UKM and commercial banking, retail banking, credit card business, Sharia banking, corporate banking, treasury, capital markets, and financial institutions. Case of violating capital market laws. In March 2012, Bank Danamon was involved in a case of insider trading or stock trading activities involving insider information carried out by the head of DBS Indonesia. The head of DBS Indonesia has made use of the information of on the plan to purchase Bank Danamon's share by DBS Group Holding Ltd. The transaction was carried out after the head of DBS Indonesia obtained non-public information from the proposed acquisition of Bank Danamon by DBS Group Holding Ltd. The head of DBS Indonesia Bank BDMN shared through his Wave account in Singapore by buying up 1 million shares of Bank Danamon Tbk or BDMN. The head of DBS Indonesia benefited greatly as Danamon share price soared after the announcement. The announcement was made in April 2012. Finally, the Monetary Authority of Singapore or MAS rewarded the head of DBS Indonesia with a fine of 4.3 billion in penalties. The head of DBS Indonesia himself is willing to pay the fine decided by the Singapore authorities without a trial process and court ruling. In this insider trading case, PT Bank Danamon Indonesia Tbk has violated the principle of disclose or a stand theory, which is a theory that prohibits anyone who has non-public information or has a relationship with an issuer from being involved in trading the securities of the issuer. On the other hand, the role of the OJK as the person in charge of the capital markets supervisory agency in Indonesia has even dropped this case. This is an obstacle because in terms of conduction and examination and investigation of a violation of the UUPM, the OJK has the authority to enforce the law as a civil servant investigator. That's the video I can deliver. Finally, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.